Howdy. My name is Brittany Howell, and welcome to today's episode, Seeds of Change and AI's Role in Agricultural Innovation. So today we're going to be diving into something that might seem a little bit surprising. We're going to be discussing how artificial intelligence and other advanced technologies are completely transforming the world of agriculture. Now, you probably might be thinking agriculture is all about farming, right? You've got the crops, the fields, the tractors, but trust me, there's actually a whole lot more that goes on in the background, and a lot of it has the help of AI, like robotics and even big data systems. So in today's episode, I'll be sharing how these technological innovations are reshaping the way we farm and how they are setting the stage for the future of agriculture. And of course, we'll also look at some real-world examples. Some of them are my favorite, like syntropic agriculture, climate smart agriculture, and the power of open government data systems. So buckle up because we're about to dive deep into the digital transformation that is happening in the world of agriculture right now. So let's get things rolling by talking about the heart of today's podcast, how AI and other digital technologies are affecting the agriculture industry. So think about it. Agriculture is often seen as this traditional industry, but it's being totally revamped by AI in recent years. So machine learning, like robots, and of course, data analytics are a big factor of this. These technologies are not only helping farmers make smarter decisions, but also save resources and are ultimately producing their productivity. So it's not just about growing crops anymore. It's more about growing the crops in a smarter and more efficient and sustainable way. And this isn't just like a farmer in a field with a smartphone trying to figure it out kind of thing. This is like a real world, big picture stuff that touches every single part of the agricultural supply chain that affect people like you and I every single day. So whether it's predicting the weather or optimizing irrigation or maybe improving crop health, AI is there and AI is playing a huge role in that background. So let's go ahead and take a moment and break down and look at some examples that you really might not be familiar with. So we're going to talk about some concrete examples of how AI is already being used in agriculture. And again, these might be a surprise to you, especially if you haven't seen the impact that AI has on farming specifically. So first up, let's talk about syntropic agriculture. So this is a pretty cool example of sustainable farming that I've actually been able to learn about and do my own research in the past few months. And it's all about mimicking nature. So more specifically, the ecological change. So basically, syntropic farming is about speeding up the natural processes in order to create a healthier and more resilient farming system. So AI is a huge help here. It helps farmers not only track their soil health and plant growth, but it also helps them track weather patterns. And so by analyzing this data, AI models actually help predict the best planting times and identify any potential issues with crop health and even make recommendations on ways to improve soil fertility without relying on any harmful chemicals. So while syntropic agriculture is all about working with nature, AI is also there to make sure that the process is optimized. Another example that we've got is climate smart agriculture, which is something that we've seen a lot of right now, especially as we deal with unpredictable weather patterns and climate change. So AI is helping farmers cope with these challenges by predicting climate patterns and any changes within that pattern and giving them actionable insights on how to improve their yield. So, for example, AI can forecast when a drought might happen or when the weather will be perfect for planting. And they do this all by using machine learning algorithms. So, farmers are able to optimize their irrigation and actually choose the right crops to plant, and even reduce waste by predicting which crops will thrive within the changing conditions. So, these types of predictions allow farmers to take a proactive approach to their farming, all while reducing their resilience and cost and resource intensive inputs that they may be using. Jumping into another example here is open government data systems and how they specifically relate and help AI in agriculture. So this is another example. It's being used to make agriculture more transparent. So I really want you to think of it like a tool for better governance, but also for better farming. So this tool is used for governments and organizations to start being able to utilize AI in order to analyze agricultural data. So whether it's weather data, crop trends, or maybe even food production statistics, these create actually smaller policies that support farmers. So these are how farmers can get those policy informations and kind of stay up to date. So when this data is made publicly available, honestly, it's a win-win for both parties. And AI has proven with this data system that it can help the process and actually analyze massive amounts of information. So that actually then allows the farmers to be able to make data-driven decisions while also enabling policymakers to just be smarter about the policies that they're creating and have them be created in a more effective way that impacts the agriculture industry. And again, this is just another perfect example of how tech-driven solutions that are more collaborative and open are just always beneficial. And of course, let's not forget the role of the AI-powered drones and robotic systems, which I'm sure is one that most of my listeners right now probably are familiar with. And if you're not familiar with it, definitely look into it because it's something that has become very popular within the agriculture industry. So these high-tech tools are already helping farmers monitor crops from the sky. So drones are very, very popular use of AI, and they're being used to scan fields, detect diseases or pests, or maybe even spot areas of a field, a large field that need just a little bit more attention. And it all does this in real time. And so this kind of monitoring makes farming a more precision base, which then means less waste, better yields, better outcomes. So this type of tool, to me, really isn't just cool. It's essential for improving productivity, all while also minimizing any environmental impacts and factors. Plus, it frees up our time. It frees up a lot of time for our farmers, which then allows them to focus on higher level decision making rather than just the manual day-to-day labor. So at this point, you're probably thinking, she's mentioning farmers a lot. So who's actually using all this? Well, first and foremost, it's farmers, but we also have a lot of agri-tech companies and even government agencies that are all embracing AI and data-driven solutions. So for instance, farmers are actually using AI to manage their irrigation and to monitor their overall production, whether that be their plant health or their crop yield. And so they rely on these tools, again, like drones and like open government data systems, to help them apply just the right amount of knowledge to whatever they're doing in order to better their production. And so, of course, the agri-tech tech companies are the ones that are developing these tools. And luckily, thankfully, they are working really closely with these farmers in order to create solutions that are tailored to the specific needs of the farmers and the regions that they're in and the farming practices that they're doing. So government agencies, again, are using AI and open data to create these policies that then support sustainability and food security. So really, when it comes to AI, it takes a team effort to make sure that we are using it to the best of our ability and using it in a way that can benefit these farmers, that then benefit us as consumers. So what's really cool about all this is exactly how it ties into some of the concepts that we've been studying within this course. So we've learned about 6 different types of innovation, like process of innovation, systematic innovation, and both are happening in agriculture right now, whether it's adopting these AI-driven systems to improve efficiency, like creating new farming models, or whether it's going through a transformation as a whole industry. And we see that both being systematic and transformative across the board. And so this also kind of shifts my direction into how this specifically aligns with some innovation theory. So specifically, Rogers' diffusion of innovation, which we explored in this class, which is new technologies like AI becoming more accessible, how they're spreading rapidly, and their adoption is often driven by clear and relative advantages, like efficiency, like cost reduction, and like sustainability. So again, going back to that, it takes a team full circle moment to make all of this happen. So now we're probably thinking, where is all of this going? What does our future look like when it comes to these things? And so I really like to believe that sky's the limit. I think we can expect to see more tools being created and more technological innovations like drones that help us out and better our AI models. I think as AI gets more sophisticated, it'll help not only farmers, but so many other individuals within the ag industry, extension agents, agriculture teachers. And again, it's just going to help us by reducing costs, making sure we can have more sustainable products and productions. And then, of course, dealing with issues like climate change and being able to get those problem-solving techniques in real time. And so what I think is exciting is these innovations are becoming more affordable and more accessible. And so I truly believe we are looking at a future where even the smallest farmer or the smallest business can harness the power of AI in order to optimize their operation and boost productivity. So to wrap all this up, I'd like to reiterate that AI and other digital innovations are already making huge waves in agriculture. Again, going back to that syntropic agriculture, that climate smart farming, technology is clearly transforming how we grow food, how we manage resources, or how we create policies that support our industry as a whole. And the best part is this is just the beginning. So thanks for tuning in today. I hope you gained some insight into how AI and this digital transformation is reshaping agriculture. And as we continue to innovate, who knows, maybe one of you as a listener will be the one developing the next big thing for an agri-tech company. So until next time, keep pushing the boundaries and embracing the future of farming. Get your hands on some AI tools, get yourself acquainted with them and know how to use them so that you can start reaping the benefits that we've mentioned today. Thank you and gig 'em.